Okay, looks like I'm live. I did that right. I thought it was going to be some kind of complicated thing. All I had to do is press a button. In case you don't know, this is Dr. Stacy Parker, InTouch Holistic Services. You might also know me as Super Soul Sister. That's my other channel. And says you guys are being told right now. So as I can tell, you guys are starting to come on, hopefully. I have a bad connection. I don't know why. I'm not very radical. I have been radical. I've said radical things, quote unquote, but I don't get on here and do live very often. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try and wait for a few people to come on. Have a couple of shout outs and all that. So, and this probably won't be that long either. I can get long winded, but I don't know. I have my notes as always, and we'll see what happens. Because there's a reason why I had decided to do this live, and a couple of reasons. Promotional, and I feel like there's a need for something like this, for a platform like this, for holistic healers. I put out a post asking for holistic healers to step forth and reach out to me so we could collaborate on a few things. And so far, it's working out. So just trying to wait to see if I can get some people on, but I'm not going to wait for too long. What I really want to talk about is what the post said. What is holistic healing? Really, what is it? For me, you can kind of tell what it is in the name, but it's not as obvious as people might think. But I'm not going to say anything until, more people come on. So let me know what you think it is. And if you want to tell me what you think it is, after this video, after it's no longer live, you can hit me up at dr.stacyparker on Instagram, or you can email me directly at dr.stacyparker@gmail.com. My website is also InTouchHolistic.com. Very easy. Go on and check out some stuff. It's still being rebuilt. It's built, but it's being rebuilt so it's more interactive with courses and music and podcasts and books and packages of aromatherapy and everything. But it's a lot, and it's happening though. So have a little faith and I'm asking for some support in doing that. So I'm hoping that Angie White will hop on with me if she can make it. She's on Instagram too, and her Instagram handle is Love the Skin UN, not your N. It's Love the Skin UN. Her name is Angie White, ANGIE, and I'm gonna be collaborating with her with some products too, and some smell goods, and she's a holistic healer as well. But in another way, in a more physical way. And I see Linda Say Nor. I hope that is how you pronounce that. Wave back, Linda. Thank you for joining. I was just explaining a few things, but I haven't been on here that long to cover a whole lot. But thank you for joining. I want to explain what holistic healing is, and because I don't think a lot of people really know what holistic healing is. So still waiting. We're only 5 minutes in. Just want to let people give everybody a chance to get on. I tried to send out another notice around 7:15, but the system kept telling me that it didn't go through, and it had to keep redoing it to put the message out, and I just stopped it because I don't know whether it actually did it or not. I'm gonna keep giving give a few more minutes. I don't know, I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes, just 2 minutes, and see what happens, because this was short notice. I suppose that's what a live is supposed to be, short notice. I don't believe in short notice, but okay. So just want to let everybody know also that oh, you didn't get a notification, Linda? Well, I don't know how you're here, but thank you anyway. Thank you so much. Wanted to let you know that InTouch Holistic, which is my practice, is in the Black Virtual Mall. If you don't know what that is, go to Aconundrum, at Aconundrum, AKANUNDRUM, and go to her page, and you'll be able to see and experience the Black Virtual Mall. I'm also there. Want to give a shout out to an Eye for Sight with Phil Noel. His company is Zenification, ZENIVIKASUN, and he is just awesome. He knows about alkaline living, and he's been doing a few coaching sessions with me, and he sent me a ton of information that I still haven't gotten through. And but the little bit that I have done has changed my life. When I came to him, I was just dragging. I had no energy, to the point I had dark circles under my eyes, and I mean, you could see the physical low energy in me, because I was just burning the candle at both ends. And he came in, and he, just by telling me and some things to do, how to eat, what not to eat, he really helped me a lot. So I wanted to let everybody know about him. Dr. Tina, she is a healer as well in the chiropractic field, and I wanted to let her know thank you, because some time ago we did a video and a meeting and all of that kind of stuff, and we shared information, and it was great. He is Blanchard. I listen to him because he talks about healing in a way that heals the spirit, and which is great. So I'm glad to have stumbled upon him, because he is talking about more than, he talks about you getting the jab and all that kind of stuff. He's talking about it in a very broad way. He talks about relationships too, which is some things that I do. And my girl, I am the realest to ever do it. And she is real. You got to have a tough exterior to not to listen to her, but because what she's saying is true. What she's giving you is honest information that is going to resonate with your spirit as well. So I consider her a healer. So it's 7:39. I'm just going to go ahead and start with what I wanted to talk to you about. So really, what is holistic healing? And it's really in the name. So holistic is not just whole, like it's an entirety. What it is holy, holistic, holy. And what that means is it's about your divinity. And to be healed holistically, holistic healing, is to be healed in your divinity. A lot of us don't walk in our divinity. We walk outside of it. And in this day and age, we're giving away our divinity through exposing ourselves to DNA modification, through this jab that changes us, that coerces us because of our own low vibration, when we're not living up to our high vibration when it comes to our divinity. Well, that's why I wanted to give this live learning, because a lot of people have not heard about holistic healing being in this form before. And I wanted to make sure that people did know, because I advertise a lot. To ask people to get their free consultation with me for 30 minutes and let's talk, because I'm a holistic healer, but mine is in, mind, because holistic healing is mind, body, and spirit. We are not one-dimensional people or creatures. We are more than that. And so I believe that when we free our minds, so is everything else freed. So I wanted to get on here and to do a live, because when I offer an invitation and not many people take advantage of it, I believe sometimes it's because they don't have the understanding of what it is to be healed holistically, not just through your food, and it's not just a mental or a physical thing, it's everything. So holistic healing is healing so that you can walk in your divinity, but it also is mind, body, and spirit. That's the whole thing. And did you know as well that it's sensory? What I mean by that, I mean that is sight, sound, touch, feeling, smell, taste. You've heard of the senses. However, did you know that it's part of what makes us a divine creature? Because we have these things. Now, I'm going to tell you that out of all the senses that we have, I would say that talking, that vibration, that senses, the sense of speaking, is probably, language is probably one of the most basic, because we have every other way that we can communicate. So what does InTouch Holistic Services offer? It offers the healing of all those things. It offers the healing of bringing your mind, body, and your spirit / soul into alignment with its soul, with what it came here to do, with its purpose. And I know that I am here to do that, to guide people. I am a facilitator. I am a guide. I am not a teacher so much. I'm a facilitator, and I can take certain things, esoteric things, things in the imagination, and bring them to a point where they're in layman's terms, where people can grasp them in a more elementary form. What do you mean by mistakes are meant to bless you? Now, I have an ad that I put out that it says that I normally in my practice, I show people how their mistakes were meant to bless them. And you wouldn't look at a mistake that way. I know I wouldn't. And I didn't for a while. But through spiritual intervention, that's what I came to. Because all that I needed was in me. And all that I needed to help me explain what was happening in my life sometimes that I didn't want to happen in my life was in me. And in my education for psychology, we are taught when we do our research for our dissertation that we need to find the gap in the information that's already there. There's research done on all kinds of things. And so my task was to do research based on what was not proven or disproven. And with that, I took that talent and applied it to other things in my life. So here's the thing. What do I mean by mistakes are meant to bless you? It means that your mistake is presented as a problem. And if it's presented to you as a problem, then you're also given the solution. The problem is external. The solution is within you. It's to draw something out of you. And the reason is you need this. The reason it came to you is because it either bothered you so much until you were chosen to bring this to someone else, but you have to live it. One thing about being taught spiritually is that you have to be immersed in it. So, and what that means is you have to experience it. There's no way that I can tell you what it feels like to have a baby unless you've had one. I mean, you can kind of empathize with me and you can visualize with me, but You don't really know. And not only that, you might be another woman who has experienced the birth of a baby, but you still haven't experienced mine. You haven't experienced what I experienced when I gave birth to my daughter. So there are different variations of the same experience. That's why we're unique in bringing what we came here to bring to the world. And that's what I do. What I do is I help you see that for those of you who believe in God or have a higher power or the universe or whatever you have called this entity in your relationship with this person or being, that is not my dispute. The point I'm trying to make is that you came here to experience something, and then you've come here to also help someone else in your own divinity. There's only one person that can bring your message, and that is you. I've given other messages like this too. And this is all of what I'm saying. So your mistakes are lessons. So why am I doing this live? I think I explained, because I don't feel like people really understand the power that we have. The power and the strength and the influence that we have. And more specifically, what a holistic healer is. Now, personally, it means to me to have the ability to heal others based on your own shortcomings, based on your own brokenness. And I've done that many times. I've healed other people, taught other people, facilitated a message to another person. And the reason I did it so well is because I had just gone through it, or I had been going through it in that moment. And so, part of being a holistic healer is to be able to heal people in your own brokenness. Iyanla Vanzant calls it what shamans go through, shamans, or the wounded healer. Or the passage in the Bible where it talks about Paul asking to have the thorn removed from his side. That's what it feels like, or that's the analogy of it anyway. So I agree with Iyanla, because that is what it feels like. And it's kind of like, you say, like, why would anybody want to do this? Why would anybody volunteer? Well, it's kind of like a love-hate thing. You ever had somebody in your life that you just loved, but they got on your nerves? That's it. That's what I'm talking about. So that is why I'm doing this live. On to the next thing. So the wounded healer is taught to heal through the process of being broken. And it's kind of like being thrown into a situation and then being asked to swim your way out of it, in the way that some people's parents have taught them how to, quote unquote, taught them how to swim by throwing them into some water. Now, what happens with that is fear, or in some type of emotion can come into play as well. So you have to be careful how you immerse people. But spiritually, if that person was chosen to bring some intellect, some awareness to you, whatever they choose to do it, however they choose to do it, is the way that you need it to be done. And that sounds very esoteric, but that's, for me, in my experience, that's the way it is. So you learn to swim by not wanting to drown. So what does this have to do with you? I said earlier, I kind of alluded to it. It has to do with you is because in some form, you're a holistic healer too. There's something that you have there's a thorn in your side in some ways that you've experienced and you've overcome, and you can use to help others. That's what holistic healing is about. Because, like it or not, we are connected. Some people don't feel like it. Some people don't want to believe it. Some people ignore it. But in my experience, it's true. You talk about the 6 degrees of separation. Well, in the most current years, it's been proven that there is no more 6 degrees anymore. It's less than that because of social media and the internet and population. We're closer than you think. So for every 3 people I know, you know them too. You know the third person. If I know 3 people, you know the third person. And for every third person you know, I know. In some way, we're connected like that. And I would suspect that it's going to get even closer in number. We are all here to do what we are all here to do. Now, the thing of it is some of us don't know what that is. Some people don't know what they're here to do. And so if you are not in order of the steps that you have to take in order to become who you're supposed to be, then that means you are out of order. If you're not in balance, that means you're out of balance. It is an everyday thing to stay balanced. And if you are not balanced, if you are not working on that every day, every minute, then you are out of balance, or you have the potential of toppling over. So how do you find out what it is that you're here to do? Well, it's through the mistakes that you've made. It's throughout your life. And you have to go all the way back. This is what I teach, or this is what I facilitate, or what I coach in my when I do my sessions with my clients. We go as far back as they can remember, and we go very slow, because sometimes our subconscious mind, and I'm going to explain what that is, our subconscious mind doesn't want us, or is protecting us so that we can't see everything. But I explained to a client of mine, because I asked this person about remembering something, and they said they didn't know. And my response was, yes, you do. If you were there, you know, because your subconscious mind recorded it. What is your subconscious mind? Everything about yourself, not just your sight. That is the most basic sense. That is the most basic recorder of your subconscious mind. But if you were there, you heard it, you smelled it. In some cases, you might have tasted it, you felt it, you were touched with it. So there's more than one way to gather information. It's just that this mind, your conscious mind, was not focusing on everything, especially if it was traumatic. So I'm getting a little bit deeper into, the sessions that I have, and the I don't call it therapy, because I always say this is not therapy. It is holistic healing. It is more than just the mind. So it's your life's mistakes. It's your emotions. I'm writing a book currently about how your emotions are messengers. What do you mean by that, Dr. Parker? Well, what I mean is this. Every emotion that you can imagine, or that you know about, that you can think of, is connected to something that you need to know about yourself. For instance, if you are sad and you don't know why, it's not because you're self-diagnosing yourself as being depressed. There's a whole clinical thing about being depressed. Depression is also situational, it's behavioral, it's biological, psychological too. But I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if you're sad, it could be on the levels that I'm talking about, mind, body, and spirit. It could be that it's a frequency that you picked up from something else, from somebody else. Or it could be something that's going on in your life that you need to pay attention to. For instance, if I'm sad, I know that sadness for me means disappointment. That is the message for me. Now I can start somewhere. Where is sadness? Where is this disappointment coming from? Is it coming from me? Am I disappointed in myself? or am I disappointed in something that happened? So that's a platform for me to start. Anger. People think, oh, don't let the person get angry. Don't acknowledge anger. But anger, just like sadness, just like happiness, came to give you a message. What does anger give you? Anger you may seem like something else to other people, but for me, anger means that you are upset because your power is being threatened, because something is not going according to your plan in terms of you being in control of your own self or your own being. It means being disempowered, because why else would you be angry if things are going your way? If things are not going your way, yes, it can make you sad, which is disappointment, but it can also make you angry, which means you think your power is being threatened. Your freedom is being threatened. So if we can look on the other side of what these emotions mean, then we can use it to figure out our next steps, to figure out our healing, and to observe them and to understand the triggers that they bring when they come. We can see them coming, because if you don't understand what these emotions bring, the messages that they bring, then you can be possessed by them. And what I mean is possession of from an emotion means that you're unaware, it takes you over, and you become sad. You become angry. Now you can be angry and understand anger and be aware of it and separate yourself from it so that you get the message from it. But if you don't do any of that, then it embodies you. And you become the personification of that emotion. Now, in some ways, that's a good thing if what's taking your body over, you're being possessed by, is something called happiness, something called joy, because joy is a vibration. It operates on a higher vibration, and what happens is it kind of recycles itself. If you are full of joy, full of joy. If you are full of joy, then that means you become joy, and if you are joy, then you can bring joy. You can do that with the other emotions too. Now, I don't want to get off into emotions, because you can buy the book later and you can buy the whole course later. But I just wanted to bring some understanding into what all of the details and all of the things it means to be a holistic healer. The last thing I would say on how do you find out who you are and and what you came here to do is to take the journey within, which is to observe your environment all around you, but your inner environment as well. That's your environment. That's the place within you, and that's where I operate. That's how I facilitate. I facilitate based on what's called, I guess, under the umbrella of positive psychology, it's called intrinsic coaching or consulting or psychology, because it deals with the person inside. It's intrinsic, or can't even think of the other, introspective. That's inside. You go within, and then you discover from your external, cursors, what it is that you're here to do, and who your group is, who your soul group is. I wanted to talk a bit about what InTouch Holistic Services does in terms of products and offerings. We provide courses, healing products like candles and soaps and oils, music based on frequencies, products that that teach you, that uncover what it is that make you who you are, and that's the basics of what InTouch Holistic Healing does. Now I want to ask some questions. This is a short live, and I want to ask anyone, if you've seen this video and what I'm saying to you resonates with you, then I want you to reach out to me, because I am trying to appeal to all of the healers out there in any form. You can be a chiropractor, you can be a vegan coach, you can be anything that speaks to the mind, body, and spirit. If you're interested in us working together, please reach out to me at Dr. Parker. Stacy is spelled with an I, obviously, you can see that. Or you can actually email me directly. I'd like for you to email me directly, which is same thing, dr.stacyparker@gmail.com. My website is InTouchHolistic.com. The website is up. It's being redone so that it's more interactive, and you can take a look at it. I'll be doing some posts later about that, but I want you to check me out, and I want you to reach out to me, because wouldn't this world be a better place if we were all healed? And I'm talking about healing because I believe that we're all sick, and some more than others, but I believe we're all sick. If we're living in this place called Earth right now, in some form we have an ailment that it has produced because of the low vibrations here today in this moment, and are coming on a regular in droves, and it's affecting us. And these are things that affect us invisibly. So reach out to me, and hopefully we can connect, and we can do some work together. There's a lot of work that I have to do. I know what I have to do, but perhaps there's some things that you have to do that we can connect on, and help some people and heal the people that need it. And also uncover their gifts and talents as well. Well, we're 30 minutes in, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump off now, but I want to make sure that I did all my shout-outs. Yep. I'm also on YouTube. Same handle, InTouch Holistic. And you can check me out there. There will be some videos on there that will be teasers to the courses that I'm going to be creating. And as well as Instagram. I'm, reaching out to a lot of people that can help me, so that I am in a position to help you. Thank you, and thank you for joining me. And I look forward to more lives like this. I may do Mondays every week, just to keep myself out there. And but in the meantime, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Let's see how to turn this thing off now.